Today we'll discuss about Active Directory loopback processing. As you have already know, group policy applied in this following order: local group policy, site, domain, and organizational unit. In short, LSDOU. So LSDOU makes sure that settings from group policies link closest to the user and take more priority over those linked farthest from the user. As we discussed earlier in our previous videos, using inheritance, you can alter the priority to any level of LSDOU. Normal user group policy processing applies user settings from GPOs linked to the site, domain, and organizational unit containing the user object regardless of the location of the computer object in the Active Directory. To illustrate properly, we'll use this following example. Here in this picture, first the group policy is applied to local computer, then it will apply to site, then it will apply to the group policy linked to this domain. You can see here banking domain, right? Then it will apply to the OU IT computers. Then after it will apply to administrator OU under the IT computers OU. Then it will apply to the developers OU under IT computers OU. Then it will apply to the testers OU under IT computers OU. Then the normal group policy will apply to users IT OU. Then after, the normal group policy will be applied to administrators under user IT OU. Then after, the normal will be applied to developers OU under users IT. Then after, the normal OU applied to testers OU under users IT. So we have already pretty much idea about how a normal group policy implemented on which order. So what is a loopback processing in group policy? Group policy loopback processing is a computer configuration that enables different group policy user settings to apply based upon the computer from which logon occurs. Loopback process generally used in kiosk machines, in labs, in terminal server, in training session computers, or in testing environments. So as per user logged into those machines, loopback GPS subsequently applied to them. There are two types of loopback processing. First one, loopback merge, and second one, loopback replace. So first of all, we'll discuss about loopback merge. In loopback merge mode, user GPS process first as normal GPS are applied following normal user processing. The GPS settings are applied to the computer OU. In the process, user receives all user settings from the GPOs applied to the user and all user settings from GPOs applied to the computer. In both user and computer's OU, user setting applied on computer OU wins where a conflict occurs in between user's OU and computer's OU as the user setting applied to the computer's OU in the last. If we follow this example, you can see here. So first the loopback merge group policy will apply to the local group policy. Then it will link to the site. Then the group policy object linked to the domain here in banking domain, right? Then the group policy object linked to the OU user's IT, like I just said just before, right? Then the group policy object linked to the administrator users. Then the group policy object linked to the site again. Okay. Then the group policy object linked to the domains again. Then the group policy linked to the OU IT computers. Then after, the group policy linked to the administrator computers. So here you can see the loopback group policy will be applied to the user regardless the order of the OUs. Here the users are in the down and the computers are in the above. So regardless the users are situated in the OU tree, the loopback merge group policy will be applied to the users first. Then after it will come to the workstations such as computers. Now in general understanding, let's illustrate a simple example herein. Here you can see here node level user GPUs and computer GPUs, right? Here under user group policy, I have made a custom Batman wallpaper to be set. And I have removed recycle bin icon and computer icon from the user mode group policies. And here for the control panel, I have not configured on this user group policy. On the computer section, I have set a custom wallpaper, the Loopback merge wallpaper herein. Then I have enabled recycle bin icon in computer GPU section, and I have not configured the my computer icon to the computer group policy. And also I have disabled the view of control panel in the workstation here in computer GPUs. So now the resultant loopback merge group policy will be, it will inherit the loopback merge wallpaper from the computer group policies. It will inherit the enabling recycle bin from the computer group policies, and it will inherit the disable my computer icon from the user group policies, and also it will inherit the disable the control panel icon from the computer group policies. Now I'll move into my Windows Server 2016 and Windows 10 workstation for your better understanding on this loopback merge group policies. In Server Manager, go to your group policy management, open your tool and go to your group policy management, expand your domain and expand your workstations and expand your users, right? So here I have one OU named intern users under cities users, and under cities workstation OU I have a OU named intern workstations. Under intern workstations I have set an intern user GPO, that is user side group policy, and under intern workstation I have set intern workstation GPO, that is referred to computer side group policy. Now, as per our example, I will set user side GPOs as background wallpaper. I will remove this recycle bin icon, my computer icon, and I want to configure this control panel herein. Okay, so first of all, we will go to user GPOs and set the Batman wallpaper. Cities user, intern user, select right click here and edit, maximize it. I'll expand this one. Here in policies, user configuration, administrative templates, go to desktop. Okay, here in desktop wallpaper, you can see I have already set the Batman wallpaper herein. Okay, so as per my UNC path, this is one wallpaper batman.jpg, right? And wallpaper style, I set it to fit and click OK. Now in the desktop, and I have removed my computer icon from the workstation desktop. Okay, so I have enabled it and remove recycle bin icon from the desktop. I have enabled herein, and about the control panel I am not configured here in anything. Okay, so private access to control panel and PC I am not configuring here. So the user side I have already done the GPU settings. Now I'll go to computer side. In computer side we need to set loopback merge wallpaper. We need to show recycle bin on our desktop. We won't configure my computer icon, and we disable content panel from viewing in the workstation, right? So to do so, I'll move into my Windows Server 2016 and click on this intern workstation GPU, that computer side G group policy, edit it. I'll maximize this one, expand this one, policies, administrative templates, sorry, desktop. On the desktop, wallpaper, now I'll set that loopback merge wallpaper, right? So my wallpaper will be merge.jpg. I'll make sure it is a merge, 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 and the extension would be, let me check, jpg, right? So sometimes some wallpapers are make also jpeg. That's why I just confirming about it. So wallpaper slash merge merge.jpg, and wallpaper style I would like to fit. Okay, click apply and okay. Now I'll go to desktop folder. Here what we need to do, we need to enable a recycle bin icon we need to show recycle bin icon on our desktop, and we won't configure my computer icon, right? And we disable the control panel. So to do so, uh, remove my computer icon desktop not configured. Okay, that's right. So remove recycle bin from the icon desktop. We need to show, right? To show we can disable it here in and click OK. And regarding control panel, we need to provide access to control panel and PC settings. We need to disable from viewing it, right? So need to enable it here. Enable, click apply and OK. Okay, so now I'll close this one. So before I go to my workstation, that makes sure that that workstation you are testing with, that computer must be under intern workstation OU, right? To confirm that, I will open my Active Directory users and computers. If your placement of computer in different OU and you are applying group policy to different OU, then it won't work. Remember this thing, okay? So here expandctc.com and expand cities workstation under intern workstation. Yes, this intern workstation is available, right? Now I'll minimize this one, and again I'll go to my group policy management. So herein I just forgot one thing, the most important thing to do. So click here on this intern workstation GPO, edit, just maximize it. Okay, so we need to set here as a loopback merge group policy, right? We didn't set that thing. Now I'll go to under computer configuration, you need to go, okay, and make sure you have select under computer OU group policy, right? Now I'll go to computer configuration, then go to policies, then administrative templates, then go to systems, then go to group policy. Okay, in group policy you can see there are several group policies are available, but you need to set loopback merge group policy settings, right? To do so, yeah, select this configure user group policy loopback processing mode, double click here in, enable it, and in this mode option you select merge. Okay, if you select replace, then the loopback replace settings will be configured. If you select merge, then the loopback merge configuration will be set, right? So now we'll see this merge one. Select it, click apply and OK. Now close this one. Okay, now I'll move into my Windows 10 workstation and log in. Okay, so I just forget what is the intern username. Intern users Harry Potter. Okay, so I'll use it like H Potter password. Now press enter. Now the system is logging into the loopback merge group policy settings, right? Now you can see, as we discussed in our example, this loopback merge wallpaper is inherited from the computer group policy. Recycle bin is showing on the desktop herein. Our my computer icon is removed from the desktop herein. And we'll check about control panel whether it is opening here or not, right? So click on Windows System and click on control panel. Here you can see this operation has been cancelled due to restrictions, right? So as per our example, the resultant loopback merge group policy, it retained this computer group policy wallpaper, it retained the recycle bin enabling, and it retained the user group policy my computer icon removed from the desktop, and it retained the control panel disabling from the workstation. Okay, now here we are done with loopback merge. Now I will go ahead and check about loopback replace group policy. So loopback replace. In loopback replace process, The user settings applied to the computer's OUs, completely replacing the group policies those are applied to the user's OUs. Group policy services skips the group policies those are linked to the user's organizational units. To illustrate this, let's understand this example herein. In this example, first of all, local group policy will be applied. Then the group policy will be linked to the site. Then after, group policy will be linked to the domain here in bankydomain.com, right? Then after, group policy will be linked to the organizational unit IT computers. Okay. And lastly, the group policy will be applied to the administrative computers, right? So herein, the group policies are will be ignored completely to the users OUs on this loopback replace group policies implementation process. Okay, let's see a schematic table. So here in this table you can see on user side GPUs we have configured a custom wallpaper Batman wallpaper to appear on the desktop, and also we have removed recycle bin icon and my computer icon from the desktop. And for the control panel we have not configured it here in our user side group policies. On the computer side group policy, we have configured a custom loopback replace wallpaper, and we have enabled recycle bin icon and my computer icon on the desktop for the showing. And also we have disabled control panel on the workstation from viewing. So for the loopback replace resultant will be user side OUs are completely ignored as well as the group policies. So testing workstations, intern workstations, whatever workstation you have set on loopback replace, those will get only computer side group policy settings. Now I'll move into my Windows Server 2016 and Windows 10 workstation to illustrate properly loopback replace process. Okay. Now herein I'll open my group policy management. I'll expand this one ctc.com and expand cities user. First of all, we will carry out the user side OU GPS settings. Okay, so edit here in, and we expand this one, maximize this one. I'll just check it out. On user side, we need to set custom Batman wallpaper. Recycle bin, my computer icon should be removed, and this should not be configured, right? Okay. Now I'll go to policies and static templates. First of all, desktop. I'll go to desktop. Desktop wallpaper. Okay, Batman wallpaper is already set. Okay, and I'll go to desktop. Remove computer icon on the desktop. Yeah, it's enable. Okay, recycle bin from the computer desktop. It's enable. Okay, and regarding control panel, which this will not be configured. Okay, okay, not configured. Here we are done with user side group policy settings. Now I'll go to computer side group policy settings. Intern workstation. Right click, edit. I'll just maximize it. Policies, administrative temple. On computer side GPUs, we need to set loopback replace wallpaper, recycle bin on, computer on, and control panel off, right? So we'll do accordingly. First of all, we'll go to remove the text, sorry, remove computer icon on desktop. We need to just disable it to showing up on the desktop, and there is disable, yeah. Okay, now control panel, we need to prohibit this control panel from viewing. Okay, it's enabled herein, that's okay. And what do we need to do again? And the wallpaper, right? So desktop desktop wallpaper. Here instead of merge I'll set replace dot jpg, click apply and okay. Okay, Now I'll go to computer side configuration, policies, administrative system, and where is group policy? Yeah, group policy. Go down and here configure user group policy loopback processing mode. Select it. Here you can enable it, and now here in instead of merge you can select replace, click apply and OK. Now here we are done with computer side group policy settings. Now I'll close this one. I'll just minimize this. Now I'll go to my Windows 10 workstation. Now I'll log in into my workstation also. Exporter. Okay, and password will be given. Okay. Now here you can see the loopback replace wallpaper is set here on this desktop, and also this PC and recycle bin icons also showing up here on this desktop. Now I'll go ahead and check with control panel whether it is disabled or not. So click on start button, go down, select Windows system and click on control panel. And here the control panel also not showing up here due to restriction on the computer side group policy settings. So in loopback replace group policy settings, only computer side group policies will be applied regardless LSTOU group policy implementation process, right? So here I am done with group policy loopback processing. I suggest you guys you practice out on your home lab and try to configure normal group policy settings, loopback process, block inheritance, enforced inheritance, and do all the settings and try to mix all also. So by playing again and again with group policies, you will get used to it and you will gain the group policy knowledge very deeply.